Hey guys, I want to make a video that's, about some of my beliefs, about the reason why I do certain things, and just to pretty much get everything out there and there. Some of these I have strong beliefs about, some of them are not so strong. Really, I want to make this more of a conversation. I want there to be, if there's any questions, I want you to be able to ask me. I don't want to surround myself with people that just totally agree with me. I want to be able to have a conversation with them, and if I cannot defend my point, then I like to think that maybe I could rethink it and maybe even change my mind about that subject. So overall, this is me putting it out there to start the conversation. I know there's been questions out there about, everything from am I a shield to why do I have Robinhood on my information, things like that. And if you notice from here on out, I've took it off, and I'll explain the reason for that too. So let's start with that question. Why did I have Robinhood on there? Well, I know that there's a lot of users that watch my videos that have Robinhood, and I put it on there for that reason, one. Two, I don't think Robinhood is bad for starting out. I think it is, the program itself, I believe, is very useful for people starting out. I think it can help people starting out. But it's Robinhood as a company that I have a problem with. I believe that what Robinhood did, well, I know what Robinhood did, a lot of other brokers did, including the one that I use now, Webull. TD Ameritrade did. There's a few others in there. What made Robinhood so different in that situation was when these other companies, they come in and said, yeah, we messed up, we're sorry. That's, they tried to do things to fix it, when Robinhood just stepped in and was like, no, I don't know what y'all talking about, we didn't do nothing. They tried to lie out of it. And I believe most of Robinhood's problems have to do with their management and mostly CEO. So with that being said, I don't think Robinhood's a bad platform to start out. I would encourage anybody to find a broker that has a good program, a good platform for trading, like with charts. I think technical analysis is a much superior way of trading. I believe it offers a lot more. And, well, with that being said, let's jump into that. What are my beliefs between fundamentals and technical analysis? Well, with fundamentals, you're looking at the company, you're looking at their strengths, how much they make, what's their EPS. I mean, some of that you do with technicals too, but we're just talking about in general. You're looking at the company, and it doesn't matter what that company's making. It doesn't matter unless it's making news, it doesn't matter, because in order for a stock to go up or down, you got to have buying and selling. You have to have investors coming in to buy, and you have to have them to sell. With technical analysis, if you look at a chart, like the one I've got pulled up here, it tells you the whole history of what's went on. So you're pretty much, with technical analysis, you're using past price movement to predict future price movement. You're using things like the float, you're using things like the volume, you're using indicators and price movement, all in a chance to see, well, here's what investors in this stock has done before, here's what they might do again. Plus, you need to know the news side of it, because news moves stocks. So with that being said, and just being very general about it, I believe technical analysis, especially charting, holds a much superior hold over fundamental trading. I believe it has this almost like mystical, as one guy said earlier, reading the tea leaves thing about it, when that's not true. It's much more detailed in it than that. You're not just shaking bones in a bag and throwing them out and guessing the future. And it's not hard to learn. It's something that you just need to jump into and start doing, and eventually you'll get better at it. But that's with everything, right? Let's jump into another subject, payment for order flow. With payment for order flow, there are things about that are not good, and there are things about that are good. But overall, what's the alternative to payment for order flow? Well, you pay per transaction, per trade, whether it be one stock or 500 stocks, but it still goes through a market maker. And who's to say that that market maker is going to be any different than Citadel or anybody else? And that goes into it with, oh, well, you can use, I forgot which one they say, TD Ameritrade or JP Morgan. It's one of those. They say, well, you can use theirs, and you can pick which market it goes to. You can pick which, who, how can I put it, which broker it goes through, which market, which route it takes. Well, the same thing still lies there too. Who's to say that that market maker is going to be any different than Citadel or any of the rest of them? Guys, we are at the bottom of the totem pole, and shit rolls downhill. And until we have that power, we have to accept change in slow increments. I think the 8 movement is doing something very special there with that. I think people like Trade Trades is, really great in that. But I'm not an activist. I'm not in it to make a change. I need this as a second income. I have kids, I have bills. And as much as I'd love to be ideological, or as much as I'd like to have a cause to fight for, I just can't do that right now, nor do I have the money to do it, or any of that. I'd love to buy and hodl until it comes through. And I do have shares in AMC, and I am holding those. But I'll be honest with you, the ones that I bought in February, I'm holding only a percentage of that now. Most of them I sold when it went up to 72, because I needed that money. But at the same time, I held some because, I wouldn't feel right if it went up again, or I felt like maybe I needed to help out the people that are still holding. It's so much more into that. I believe that when you make a trade, it's to make money. It's to put your money in it, hold until the right time. For me, on a trade, I don't hold until, I don't try to top tick it, I guess I'm trying to say. I don't try to wait until that very top. I have a certain amount that I want to make from it, and once I make that, I get out. I don't want to shit on nobody. I don't want to make them in. It's not like I'm taking my money and saying, ha, bye guys, I got my money and ran. No. I expect them to do the same thing. When they hit their buy point, get out. I don't sell all at once. I sell little in increments here and there as it goes up and as it comes down. And guys, everything that I've mentioned so far if there's something in there that you see that I'm seeing wrong, or maybe I'm not getting it, talk to me about it. Say, hey, I believe you're seeing that in the wrong light. Let me tell you the way I feel about it. I'll listen. I'll hear what you got to say. I'm curious. I like to learn. I like to hear other sides of a story. I don't think that I'm right about everything. Well, my wife would beg to differ, but you know what I'm saying? I want to make this a conversation. And for now, I think that I've said what I needed to say. And if there's more, we can have that conversation later. But those were just a few things I felt like I needed to get out there. They were questions being asked about me. And some people were nice enough to come and just ask me about it. They didn't continue to talk. They actually came to me and said, hey, I was just wondering, because here's the way I feel about things. Why did you have Robinhood on your message or on YouTube? Why did you talk about this, or why did you mention that? Yeah, to me, I felt that as a kindness. They was asking me instead of continuing to talk about it. And I'm grateful for that. I like having that conversation. And the reason why that I took Robinhood off was because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. And quite frankly, Robinhood doesn't mean enough to me to have an argument or have people get the wrong idea about me. Does that make sense? That's the same reason I left Weeble up, because Weeble so far has been good to me. I've had no problems using it, and I love their program for charting. So to me right now, as far as the program goes and the customer service I've gotten from them, they're one of the better ones out there. But again, if y'all want to have that conversation, we can have it. But like I said, these are just some things I wanted to get out there, wanted to say. I hope I wasn't too long-winded for you, and I welcome any questions. If you have them, you can message me in the Wall Street Bets New Discord, or you can message on here on Twitter, and I'll take the time and answer it. But for now, you guys have a great day. I've got some good stocks coming. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on those too. But for now, I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good day. Bye.